Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another amazing match here at the Rose League. I am your play-by-play and color caster tonight, Captain Jack, joined by the Silent Marine in our producer role this evening. We have got the Diamond All-Stars match going on this evening. Again, an East meets West match as we go into our very first map of the evening, Kings Row. Now, as you know, we're going to have some fun matches for y'all tonight. And since this is our last All-Star match, we're going to have two, if not three, fun matches, which will all be scheduled after the halftime. So if you want to vote on those, which we've actually included we'll be including some workshop modes as well for the decision for these maps. So if you're interested in voting on that and seeing how crazy things get here in the Diamond All-Stars, be sure to stick around till after halftime. But so far, we are going to see what these teams have got, what makes these teams the best of the best in the All-Stars. We will go ahead and see what they have starting on Kings Row. Now, looking at the teams, if you don't know how they are set up already, Eastern team consists of Kiwi, Ianus, Brainiac, Studda, Dragonblade, and the 22 guy Western team includes Azar, Nuklama, Tatiana, Duck Sage Dave, Senor Lobo, and G Sussman. So those are your teams for the All-Stars. I want to say congratulations for all of those that had voted for these All-Stars, and good luck to our All-Stars this evening as they go ahead and represent their teams and their divisions. So start blowing up the chat. Who do you want to see take it away? Do you want to see the East Coast bring it back? Actually, I think they've won both of them so far, if not three. So, or will West take away a victory tonight? Let's find out as we get things started on Kings Row. Blue Moose Hurry in the chat saying Cap isn't going to have a voice by the end of the night. I'm hoping I will, at least, as Duck Sage Dave gets the double kill with the tackle onto Brainiac and Ianus. Dragonblade gets followed up on by Senor Lobo as Azar and Duck Sage end up taking down Kiwi, and the 22 guy getting almost a complete team kill already on the objective. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock as the lone Zenyatta G Sussman goes ahead and caps the objective slowly but surely in favor of the West Coast. Ianus ends up taking down Azar, though, as they try to hold a very forward presence right there. Senor Lobo taking down Ianus in return as the payload goes ahead and unlocks from its garage. 5 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock for this evening as we go ahead and see it looks like we're going to see Azar actually take place on the payload, getting antsy, just swinging around that flail with nothing better to do than ride that payload. Ianus ends up taking down Nuklama with the big old punch as they go ahead and move their way in. Dragonblade gets the tackle on G Sussman as Tatiana ends up taking down Brainiac. Duck Sage, Dave, and Dragonblade get kills on each other's members, but Dragonblade gets the double on Senor Lobo, as well as Meteor Strike coming in now from Ianus, looking to land somewhere. Does just seem to push them back because they weren't for certain where it was going to land there for the Western team. They're going to go ahead and move back to spawn and regroup. 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Now, as I remind everyone, I'm solo casting tonight, so there will be moments that I will have to take a breath. But this is not going to be one of them as the EMP comes out after the rally, gets 5. Fat Shatter coming down from Dragonblade, but gets taken down by Duck Stage Dave. It's not going to be enough as the Graviton holding everyone in place from the 22 guy allows the 22 guy to get the double kill, with Stutter following up on G Sussman and Tatiana able to get Brainiac as Duck Stage Dave and Senor Lobo follow up on Kiwi and the 22 guy. That's going to go ahead and secure the objective despite what we saw coming out from the East Coast to prevent that from happening. West Coast going to be moving their way into objective number 2 with 3 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. Looking in the chat, it looks like we have quite a few people in the eastern or the central area as Senor Lobo gets that double kill with the Diva Bomb. Azar following up on Giannis as well. Payload currently being C9, but Azar gonna go ahead and slap it with the flail, get that payload behind moving as they move into objective number 2, now leaving it with 4 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock. Capo Eden in the chat saying dragons feeding, dragons a feeder. And I don't believe that's what we're seeing. Dragon's been holding up very well, but been getting taken out of the fight very early on. So gotta be careful. Here comes Giannis with the nano meteor strike coming in after the beat drop coming in from Nuke Llama. Dragonblade able to take down Duck Stage with the fire strike as we see a shatter come in as well from Dragonblade. They're looking to do the cleanup, but will end up being unsuccessful as they go ahead and move their way back to spawn. Brainiac able to get the kill on G Sussman as well as Azar. That double kill is going to be huge as they continue to push the team back. Oh, maybe they won't. It looks like they're going to go ahead and run back in. Here comes the Graviton up for the 22 guy, looking to hold everyone in position as the 22 guy gets the double and the D-Mech onto Senor Lobo. Stutter's going to follow up on that mini diva Senor Lobo as Brainiac ends up taking down Duck Sage Dave. 3 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Vega Palomar in the chat saying, "Go Lobo!" But unfortunately, Lobo's not going anywhere right now. And J-Dash, which is our host this evening, saying more teabagging in the chat right now. As Brainiac gets the kill on Senor Lobo, the 22 guy following up on Azar right there. 3 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock as they continue to hold Objective 3 at a standstill. Tatiana following up on Giannis before the fight even begins. Stutter ends up following up on Duck Stage Jave in return as Azar uses the flail to take down Kiwi. 3 minutes on the clock as the Graviton comes out from Tatiana, looking to clean it up and will be successful. Nuke Llama taking down Brainiac with the boop as Tatiana gets the double kill right there. Giannis coming in, but as the lone Doomfist, not going to be able to do a whole lot of nothing. 2 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Payload moving fervently forward. Blue Moose in the chat saying, "Dragon, stop feeding! You're making us look bad!" as the Deep Bomb comes down from Senor Lobo. Doesn't end up getting much of anything, but just trying to secure around the objective. The shatter comes down from Duck Stage Dave, but Giannis gonna take them out with the punch as Graviton comes down from the 22 guy. Giannis comes down with the meteor strike, gets the double kill gets the kill onto Nuke Llama, as well as getting the slam onto Senor Lobo. Brainiac's able to follow up on G Sussman, and then Azar just finds himself at the bottom of the pit. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock with about 3 meters to push, but it's currently moving its way in reverse. Capo Eden in the chat saying, "Dragon's a feeder, like Bumper." I'm not for certain who Bumper is, but... Oh, see, I haven't been watching that much Overwatch League. I don't know if that makes me a bad caster or not, but I've not been following it as hard as I was last season. But good to know, good to know. 1 minute, 40 seconds on the clock. Here comes the Graviton from Tatiana, but the hacks, them hacks coming out from Brainiac, those big brain hacks, and the shatter, and Nano to follow from Dragonblade. They're gonna start cleaning it up as we see Duck Sage Dave come in to save the day, ends up tackling Dragonblade off the side, but Kiwi ends up getting the kill onto Duck Sage Dave, which is awesome. Giannis ends up getting the kill onto Senor Lobo there at the end. 1 minute, 10 seconds at the clock. Blue Moose is all up in the chat saying, Dragon, please, you got to stop this feeding. But I gotta say, being tackled into the abyss probably isn't feeding necessarily. Not really a whole lot you can do about that. As Giannis comes in with the punch, taking down Nuke Llama. The shatter comes in as the double tackle goes in on the 22 guy, as well as Duck Sage Dave. Here comes the rally and Diva Bomb out from your Lobo and Azar as G Sussman ends up taking down Giannis, moving back into the payload. 30 seconds remaining on the clock the clock as the anti-nade ends up hitting Azar right there. In the chat, Vega saying, Lobo big bomb, come on. Dragon Blade ends up getting the kill on Azar as Nuklama and Ducksage Dave follow up on Stutter, and Brainiac Tatiana able to take out the Connor Zarya, the 22 guy, with 10 seconds on the clock. It's currently a 2-on-3, make that 2-on-4 as we see, 2-on-5 actually, as we see continued members from the West team move their way into the objective. 0 seconds on the clock, overtime ticking away. 5-man EMP. G-Sussman, the only one that didn't get caught up in that, as Nuklama ends up taking down Brainiac. Giannis following up on Azar as Tatiana ends up getting Stutter. Giannis with the double kill on the G-Sussman and Senor Lobo. And Nuklama and Tatiana follow up on 22 guy and Kiwi right there. Overtime ticket away. It is a 3-on-1 fight right now as the Bastion looking to come out from Brainiac, looking to do damage on the objective, but Bastion don't touch the objective. What is up with that? Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh man. See, I have to say Bastion could get onto the point, but seeing as they stopped to try to put some damage into the objective and then Doomfist died, that was just not, I wouldn't say that was a big Brainiac play right there. See what I did there? I make dad jokes. Welcome to the show. So, all right. So, J-Dash currently in the game chat saying, at least teabag if you're gonna go to this for the views. I don't know why J-Dash is all about the teabags. I mean, we may, I'm gonna give a hint here, we may have a mode where teabags are important in the near future. After the half, y'all will be able to go ahead and vote on that. So we will look forward to that match as it comes. But for now, Silent, are they able to hear you on the stream? Oh, okay, that's fine. I wasn't for certain if your comments were getting through to everyone else or not, because I was going to start asking you questions. If that was the case, that's okay, fam. Capo Eden in the chat still saying that Dragon's throwing. Blue Moose and Capo Eden, I'm assuming, are on Dragon's team because they are just giving all the salt right now. And Pacifist Game Stream saying Lobo needs to get more 7K bombs. Shake my head. I gotta agree. There was only a 2K in here. We haven't had big fights just yet. And it looks like we're seeing a Torb v Torb with Azar versus Giannis coming out on the Torbjorn, with Tatiana on the Bastion, ends up taking down Brainiac, who's now coming back in as the Sombra. The 22 guy ends up getting smashed by Ducksage Dave as Azar takes down Giannis right there. And it looks like the defense coming up from the west looking to be pretty impenetrable for the moment right now. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. It doesn't seem we're seeing a lot of additional swap up as Senor Lobo ends up getting hacked and almost getting taken out of the fight, but will get healed out by Nuklama on the Mercy. Now coming on with the Valkyrie as Kiwi already has the Nano in place. They're looking to move their way onto the high ground as Azar ends up taking down Dragon Blade, but Stutter follows up on Senor Lobo. It looks like Nuklama looking to get that res somewhere as the anti-nade comes in to Duckstage Dave. We're going to see a minefield on the objective as the 22 guy looking to get charged up. Brainiac ends up taking down Azar as Giannis follows up on Duckstage Dave. The Nano goes on to the 22 guy looking to chase down Nuklama. Will they end up being successful? They will not, but they will end up getting Tatiana on the Bastion as they move their way back into the objective. The barrage ends up coming out from who was Senor Lobo. I didn't get to see that because it was coming from so far away. Unfortunately, it didn't do a whole lot of damage. Tatiana popping the tank mode, looking to do some damage. In the chat right now, Patchy saying Torb 1v1 please. We may be seeing that. Honestly, we come up with some of the crazy modes, but the teams come up with some of the crazy modes too without even telling us. So it's been pretty interesting, these All-Star games. We will see what happens, but with that sleep onto Tatiana in that tank mode. There is no one there to contest the point. So now with 4 minutes on the clock, the payload has been unlocked and will be moving its way forward to objective number 2. 3 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. We're already seeing the East Coast hold a very forward position. 5-man EMP and the Molten Core coming out from Giannis, but gets shut down. The turret ends up getting Duck Stage Dave as Azar takes down Giannis, but Giannis gets Tatiana as G Sussman follows up on Dragon Blade. Another oh my goodness, the 22 guy takes down Azar mid Molten Core as well. It looks like Torb just not being able to unleash the core just long enough. It's a short core release right there. So let's see the Nano once again going on to the 22 guy as they move their way back into the objective. 3 minutes currently on the clock as Stutter gets the kill onto Nuke Llama and Senor Lobo falls to the 22 guy. That's going to be objective number 2. 4 minutes to 25 seconds on the clock. That's going to move us into the path of objective 3. Now, if we remember, the East Coast did a really good job of running out the time bank. Now, what's going to happen here if you've never seen Overwatch before, or if you don't exactly remember, Duck Stage Dave actually going to get the kill on Brainiac as Stutter follows up on Duck Stage Dave in return. Tatiana gets Giannis as the DMAC for Senor Lobo comes from stun. Oh, man! Duck Stage Dave comes in with the shatter, but it gets blocked, even though we saw the boop come in from Nuke Llama. 22 guy ends up following up on Tatiana as Stutter follows up on Azar. We see the trans coming out from G Sussman as the 22 guy pops Graviton. Here's the EMP once again, gets the 3-man, the 22 guy. Dragon Blade following up on that. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. The Molten Core coming out right now from Giannis, looking to block any push into the objective. Duck Sage Dave in the chat saying, try hard. Which this is what these first matches are supposed to be. I'm just saying. So we will see how this next part goes, because now if you're not familiar with how the rules work on hybrid maps, since one team had the objective captured in overtime and the other team had over a minute on the clock, the team that has no time on the clock will not get another chance to attack. This will be a single tick for the East Coast to capture 3 minutes, 26 seconds to capture objective number 1, 33.3%. Looking at the side of the West Coast, it looks like they are coming in hardcore with the Snoats composition, looking to do preventative measures if at all necessary. Brainiac and Giannis looking to come in on the Ashe and Genji though, so we're going to be seeing a lot of damage, and we might be seeing some Bob and or Dragon Blade action as we go ahead and see how stuff goes down. The the doors getting ready to open as they move their way in. Here comes the East Coast, ready to take the first match of the night. Silent Marine, you're gonna start playing around in the chat. Goodness gracious. Dragon feeding. He is feeding. The tackle ends up coming in from Duck Sage Dave as G Sussman gets the kill on Giannis. Tatiana following up onto Kiwi as Azar and Tatiana take down Dragon Blade and the 22 guy. We're going to see the dynamite come out from Brainiac, get a little bit of damage, but not much. And I don't think they know that Brainiac is actually behind them. So that's an interesting position for Brainiac to be. That actually gives them quite a bit of an advantage, but it looks like Nuke Llama knows they're there, ends up getting the kill onto Brainiac. Very impressive for Lucio main. The shatter already coming in for Duck Stage Dave, but ends up getting absorbed by Dragon's Shield. The tackle comes in, but gets blocked by the Maywall as Stutter ends up taking down Senor Lobo. That's the first pick on the West Coast as Giannis follows up on Nuke Llama. That's 2 healers down. They're working their way in. Tatiana ends up taking themselves out of the fight as Giannis falls up on G Sussman. Here comes the Blade, as well as the Nano and the transcendence for the East Coast, and East Coast is gonna end up taking first map tonight on Kings Row. Great game, everyone. That was incredible. Giannis with a Doomfist play of the game. Coming in with the well played to start things off. Hit the punch, and I do the punchy things, and I punch people, and I punch people out of their remake. It's a punching. I absolutely suck at Doomfist, so I have complete respect for anyone that can play Doomfist even half decently. Oh, goodness gracious. I get so much in the chat saying Dragon's a feeder, but I mean, they won. So is Dragon really that much of a feeder? That's all I'm saying. So it looks like our next map, I believe, is going to be decided by the team that lost. So going to be going to the Western Division to decide which map they feel is best for them. Go ahead, start blowing up the chat with who you all are rooting for this evening. Blue Moose definitely going Eastern, as well as Remok 240. And it looks like the map has already been decided. We're headed to Nepal. Personally, I was hoping to see some Elios. I'm all about Boop Central, but you can get some boops on Sanctum. If we end up going to Sanctum, that could be a good place to go. And you never know, we might see one of those Torb 1v1 matches again on this point. So we will see how this ends up going down. It looks like they were waiting for me. Here we go. I forgot that I had to give them my R as well. So let's go ahead and get things started as we move on to map number 2, Nepal. Now, remember, we're going to go into the halftime, and then we're going to come back, and you all are going to be able to vote on what the game modes are going to be moving forward. We're going to give some options for some workshop modes. We're going to give some options for modes that we've done previously, because the Masters team, or the Diamond teams rather, were just like, whatever, we're up for anything. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Apparently J-Dash is going to die without my tea bags. And to that, J-Dash, I would say Walmart sells a lot of tea bags. They actually have like an entire section. So I would encourage you to go check it out. Overwatch may not be the best place for you to get your tea bags. I'm just saying, but it's completely possible. So it looks like giving a shout out to the Burning Blossoms tonight, holding a watch party just for Lobo. Aw, that's so sweet, coming in, supporting your players. That's awesome. Love to see that here. Actually, I want to look at the feed right now, see kind of where we're at. 30 views. Whoop whoop. Let's see if we can pack this chat. I bet we can call some friends and really pack this chat up. So I want to see how much we can get for our final all-star match. see what we can get for this final all-star match as we head to Sanctum for our first map. It looks like we're going to be doing a quad DPS versus a bunker composition with Giannis on the Symmetra. Not typical of a bunker comp, but I mean, again, this is Boop Central. I better see some boobs. Hamika in the chat saying even the caster knows this is mostly Masters players. I mean, it's not uncommon, I would say. I'm just saying, I mean, the way that we divide our division could totally be Masters players. Almost saw that Boop coming for Azar, looking to almost be successful, as Azar able to almost get out, but gets caught by the turret right there. As we go ahead and see the point captured by the Eastern Division, and it looks like our host was telling me that they were heading out, although the fact that they told me that pause was the 3-button combo is wrong. I set that stuff to num5 because I ain't doing a 3 combo button pause. That's ridiculous. 25% on the objective right now in terms for the Eastern Division as we see the wall coming up. The wall has been built by Giannis, keeping everyone safe behind that barrier. G-Stressman comes in with the res on Tatiana as Giannis follows up on Senor Lobo. 40% and climbing right now for the side of the Eastern Division. And I'm really wondering if West is going to bring it. I don't know if they're just kind of goofing us, if they're trolling us this evening, and just like we're just here to have fun. They're throwing, yeah. If anybody's throwing tonight, if anybody's feeding, it might be West. I'm just saying. But 60% and climbing right now for the Eastern Division. Looks like West's going to be moving their way in, but here comes the tire and the nano. Azar ends up taking down 22 guy with the barrage, but Dragon Blade takes down Azar in return as the bongos come out. Nuke Llama following up on Stutter as Kiwi and Brainiac end up taking down Senor Lobo and Duck Stage Dave. Dragon Strike coming straight into the objective, ends up taking down Kiwi as Dragon Blade gets the double pull kill onto Nuke Llama and G Sussman. They're going to go ahead and continue to hold on to the objective, 90% and climbing for the Eastern Division. Azar, the only one near the objective, ends up getting taken down by Dragon Blade. And Senor Lobo coming in with the EMP, gets the double. Duck Stage Dave following up with the damage, takes down Dragon Blade as Giannis comes in on the Tradester, takes down Senor Lobo in return. Duck Stage Dave gonna go big or go home in the hole. I think they were going for a slam, but they missed the edge just a little bit. And just ended up doing a very quick death there at the end right there. So we're heading into Village for our next location, Western Division. I gotta say, y'all supposed to be like the best of the best in Diamond, and y'all playing us right now. This is supposed to be like your time to shine here. Come on. And it looks like they're gonna do it now. I think they're giving that first one to Eastern, and then they're gonna bring back the double. I think that's what they're doing. We got Azar and Tatiana coming out now on the May Reaper, with Nuke Llama and G Sussman still on the heels, and Duck Sage Dave and Senor Lobo going over to the main support tank roles. Here comes the wall separating out the team. Looks like we also got Brainiac and Giannis on the May and McCree. So who will end up shooting out the other team as Giannis ends up getting Senor Lobo and Brainiac following up on G Sussman to start things off. As Tatiana takes down Kiwi. Duck Sage Dave getting the tackle on Brainiac as Tatiana also taking down Giannis. It looks like Wes getting ready to bring it back as Blue Moose in the chat saying, Dragon, you have redeemed yourself. Maybe that was too much too soon, Blue Moose, because they just ended up losing the objective to the Western Division, 8% and climbing right now. Apparently all our screaming did something, said Blue Moose. And I wouldn't say it was so much your screaming, it was you typing in capitals and screaming. As I repeated what you said. 25% and climbing right now. The Maywall separating out both teams as the Shatter coming in from Dragon Blade, looking to clean up the objective. Dragon has definitely represented the team as Giannis ends up getting taken down by Duck Sage Dave. Stutter's not going to let them get away with that as Dragon Blade gets the final kill on Azar with the Fire Strike. That's going to allow them to cap the objective, 43% for the Western Division, 5% in climbing for Eastern. And apparently Blue Moose has changed Dragon's name to Gargun. I will now call you Gargan Blade. Gargan Blade. Actually, that sounds pretty cool, I gotta be honest with you. Here comes the High Noon from Giannis, getting in that back line. I don't think they were exactly for certain where it's going. HTV in the chat saying, nah, he's Gargan now, loses objective, officially Gargan. 34% and climbing right now for the Eastern Division as Giannis ends up taking down Nuke Llama. I believe Duck Stage Dave ended up getting a shatter blocked due to Azar with that May wall. That's unfortunate. Now we're going to see the Reaper come out, but Stutter takes him down. Here comes the Blizzard coming in from Brainiac, that big brain blizzard coming out as East Coast ends up wiping away the West. As we see Brainiac get the double kill there at the end on Senor Lobo and Nuke Llama. Himika in the chat saying Reaper can be like, what? And I'm guessing the producer got a great shot of that Reaper coming in with that Death Blossom. Unfortunately, it did end up taking down Dragon's Shield, but not before Tatiana ended up getting taken out, and we're not able to follow up on the damage to said shield. 80% and climbing right now as we see Western moving in once again. The 22 guy takes down Nuke Llama as the Graviton comes in from Senor Lobo, but the Shatter from Dragonblade gonna counter, and that's gonna be a team kill. Ringing out, I believe we're gonna switch Dragonblade's name back as 97, 98, 99, 100. Eastern going to bring it with the 2-0 going into halftime. So Western Division, maybe they're looking to hold on to, there's the squeaky Dragonblade right there. There's the Nano and the Shatter. And it's literally just because of the Shatter. Didn't even end up getting the Duck Sage Dave in the chat saying, I thought this was supposed to be fun. Oh, it's official. Blue Moose has finally made me officially Rose League's dad. I'm so thankful. Thank you for this award as the Rose League dad. And right before Father's Day too, I feel so special. I'm gonna cry a little bit. Oh, that's so sweet of you all. Thank you. I'm just playing. But Eastern was really showing off their stuff, and I think Western was just thinking this is all for fun, so they weren't taking it very seriously. So I'm hoping that they try to bring it back in our fun maps that'll be coming up after the half. With that being said, go ahead, get yourself a drink, a snack, use the restroom, whatever y'all need to do. Maybe invite some more people to watch this amazing match between these Diamond All-Stars, and we'll see y'all in about 5 minutes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing match. Jay currently asking if she can have the lobby back. No, Jay, you're going to have to wait a second. So we have got, we're going to start off our fun matches. So go ahead, start up that poll. So game 3 is going to be a choice between Mystery Ultimates and Gun Jam. So Mystery Ultimates, you guessed it, are people are going to play the heroes that they want to play, but when they push that alt button, it may not turn out exactly what they want it to be. You could be a tracer and end up sending out a whole hog. You could be a roadhog sending out a nano boost. Like, there's so many different ways that could end up going down. That's a workshop mode. Gun Jam is something that we introduced during the Masters All-Star match, which is locked primary fire. So teams would not be able to use primary fire at all during the duration of the match, which would really, it was really interesting to see, to be completely honest. So that was fun. So, I want to say thank you to G. Sussman in the chat for hosting us. Really appreciate that. And thank you so much to those of you for the kind messages on the Discord and the Happy Father's Day. I really appreciate that. I am actually a father of 2. I know I sound so young with my flowing locks of amazing hair, but really I'm just old. Well, comparatively, I would imagine, to many of you. So we're getting ready to wind things down. 30 seconds left on the vote. Right now, it looks like we've had 14 people voting so far. All you got to do is click that button, Gun Jam or Mystery Ultimates. What will it end up being? Oh, I'm wondering. I really, really wonder what it's gonna be. Oh boy. And it looks like it's going to end up being Mystery Ultimates with 86.67%. So now I'm going to send it back over to Jay, just because I didn't want to have Jay have to set up a game that we did not prepare. So let me go ahead and figure that out. So we're going to set up for Mystery Ults on Rialto, which should be a lot of fun. What? Why am I currently not? Is Overwatch doing a thing? Oh no, Jay needs to max out the spectators again. Because now I'm in queue, so I won't be able to see nothing. But I want to see it. I want to see. I want to see some of this, like what Blue Moose is talking about. I want to see a Grav come out of Dragon Shatter. I want to see God Trans. I'm not for certain what, like. Oh, I want to see Hog Trans. That would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty amazing right there. All right, so let's go ahead and give them the ready up as we head to. Oh, why are we heading to? Rialto's the map, Jay. Or can we not do Rialto? I mean, it really doesn't end up mattering to me. It's fun either way. Maybe. oh, Silent, be nice. Be nice. Okay. Only control for this mode. Oh, okay. So West. Pick a control mode. Map, rather. All right. So while we're waiting for that, Hamika saying sub me in. Oh, they said Busan. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, Jay. You're already taking care of that. Good to hear. All right. So we're headed to Busan. Ignore what I said about Rialto with Mystery Ults. This should be incredibly interesting. So let's go ahead and head our way to Busan! Woo! Looks like we're headed. Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. You just got to do it. And it looks like our first map is going to be Sanctuary. I already hear Bob coming out, and I'm not for certain what ultimate actually happened. So they're gonna start. So the ults get charged incredibly fast, obviously, because you'd only see about 2 or 3 ults in a game if that was the case. Nobody's getting subbed in, folks. We already got our all-stars in here. Let's go get them. 13 seconds on the clock as an EMP ends up coming out. Duck Stage Dave taking down Brainiac right there as Kiwi coming out with the Primal Rage. Oh yeah, that's correct. When they push their ultimate button, it switches to the hero whose ultimate they have. So honestly, we're going to have a lot of switching characters this entire fight, to be completely honest with you. Justice is raining from above, but Duck Stage Dave going to get the tackle onto Dragonblade as Tatiana on the Tracer ends up taking down Stutter. We're going to see the beat drop coming in from Nuke Llama. I don't know if they were on Lucio, but they ended up getting it anyways. As we see ultimates coming online, it looks like West getting ready to shut this down with the tack visor now coming out from Kiwi as the blade comes out from Azar. Brainiac sending out the Bob with Giannis, ends up taking down Tatiana. Kiwi, G-Sussman, and Tatiana end up killing themselves. I have no idea what's going on in this fight right now as we end up seeing Giannis take down Duck Stage Dave as the Mercy. Nuke Llama following up on Stutter as the High Noon comes out from Azar. We're going to see Senor Lobo shut down Dragonblade as Dragonblade now turns into Tracer and then dies. I am so confused on what's going on because the ultimates keep switching their characters. Here comes the minefield. Now out from Giannis, ends up taking down Nuke Llama's turret and Duck Stage Dave now on the Moira as Azar comes out with the tag visor, gets a double kill onto the 22 guy and Brainiac as Tatiana follows up on Giannis. We're going to see Dragonblade take down Azar, and at the 70% mark, East Coast looking to try to bring it back if at all possible, but ends up getting shut down by Tatiana. 77% and climbing right now as we see the beat drop coming in, I believe from Nuke Llama right there as the tire comes out from the 22 guy, gets the double kill onto Duck Stage Dave and Senor Lobo, but Nuke Llama with that scope ends up getting the double kill on Giannis and Nuke Llama right there. Tatiana following up on Brainiac as the double kill comes out for Stutter with that whole hog onto G-Sussman and Tatiana. 99% West is going to be locking this down as the blade comes out for Senor Lobo, swinging around looking to get a kill, but is unsuccessful as we now see the tack visor get popped by Duck Stage Dave. Azar ends up getting killed by Stutter as Dragonblade follows up on Senor Lobo. Nuke Llama coming out with the Graviton as the whole hog gets popped, but 22 guy ends up getting the molten core onto Tatiana and ends up shutting that down. 99% to now 4% and climbing for the Eastern Division, and they've now given me a breath as Bob gets popped by Stutter. And holy Jesus, there are 4 Hammonds. There are 4 Hammonds coming out for the side of West, and I think they just luckily just all got the same ultimate at one time as we now see the 22 guy and Giannis cleaning up on the Doomfist right now. Nuke Llama using the ball to take down Dragonblade as Azar follows up on the 22 guy, but Tatiana and G-Sussman will fall to Brainiac as Senor Lobo brings out the High Noon, gets Brainiac. Bob currently on the objective, and West grabbing it back at the 42% mark. The beat drop coming in from Kiwi as they try to fight on the objective. Bob ends up dashing away as we see the amplification matrix come out. As well as the Immortality Field, Kiwi and the 22 guy take down Senor Lobo and G. Sussman as they're looking to try to secure the point back into their favor. Tatiana gonna get taken out, as well as Duck Sage Dave and Senor Lobo as the Amplification Matrix comes out from Azar trying to hold on. It's not gonna be good enough. 47% and a team kill rings for the East Coast as they get their climb back up and growing. Oh, I'm running out of words to say because this is, oh my gosh, now we have 6 Hammonds. Jay, we did not test the fact that there would be multiple of one. The hamsters will rule the world from Blue Moose. It's a sign. It's a sign as Kiwi comes out with the whole hog. We're already seeing the barrier up from both Brainiac and Nuke Llama as they get the double kill. Senor Lobo out with the minefield gets the double as well. Dragon Blade getting the double kill on G. Sussman and Nuke Llama as Azar follows up on Dragon Blade. They're going to get the objective back in their favor of the West Coast, 99 to 85%, and it's not going to be enough for Giannis to be able to touch. Ends up getting taken down by Azar before they can touch. And as Jay said, that was insane. Yes. Yes, it was, Jay. At least you don't have to breathe. Oh, man. And we're getting started already. Let me take a quick drink and breath before the hamsters come back to rule the world once again. Double coalescencies coming out from the 22 guy, and Dragon Blade end up getting shut down by Tatiana with the Meteor Strike. His 22 guy and Brainiac as Tatiana takes down Dragon Blade. We're going to see the bongos come out from Azar as they're fighting on the objective. Stutter ends up getting taken down by Nuke Llama, and it looks like West is coming pro. They are ready to do this. They're like, we're having fun, but we're playing for keeps as they take the objective in their favor, 2% and climbing. And I'm still surprised that we're seeing an all hamster combo. It is now God mode for G. Sussman as the Transcendence comes out, and the beat drop now for Kiwi. Amplification Matrix comes out for Dragon Blade as the Blizzard comes down for Senor Lobo. Giannis able to clean up G. Sussman as Brainiac ends up getting Duck Stage Dave. Kiwi following up on Senor Lobo as Dragon Blade gets the slam onto the Nuke Llama. Tatiana ends up coming out with the tank mode, gets the 22 guy, but will end up getting crushed by Dragon Blade. Here comes the Bob out from G. Sussman, but it's not going to be enough as Kiwi boops him off the edge. The beat drop comes in from Senor Lobo, trying to continue to hold on to control of the objective as Kiwi and Stutter end up bringing it out. Here comes the Death Blossom from, I couldn't see exactly who that was, as Duck Sage Dave comes in, ends up dying there at the very end. Amplification Matrix coming out from Kiwi as Azar comes out with the Blizzard, gets a double kill after the slam, and the 22 guy follows up on Nuke Llama with the Orisa. Dragon Blade coming in with the hamster, takes down Tatiana as the whole hog comes out for Senor Lobo, and now the tire out for Duck Sage Dave, looking to get that kill on Kiwi as Stutter comes out with the Dragon Blade, taking down Duck Sage Dave in return. We're going to see Stutter end up getting Senor Lobo as well as the Blossom comes out for Giannis, ends up getting shut down. EMP coming out now for Brainiac, which we were seeing much before, ends up getting East in favor of the objective. 82% for Western Division, 6% for Eastern. Nuke Llama ends up finding themselves off the side as the Bob comes out for Kiwi, looking to keep the points secured with their Bobness. Silent, you are being so salty in the chat right now. Valkyrie! Here comes the Valkyrie out for Tatiana. Ends up getting shut down by Brainiac as Giannis follows up on Azar. Senor Lobo and Nuke Llama ends up getting the double kill on Stutter and Giannis as Brainiac at 22. Follow up on Senor Lobo and Duck Stage Dave. Here come the bongos as they get shut down quickly by Brainiac as Dragon Blade ends up getting Tatiana, both on the hamsters, 43% and climbing right now, and West really needs to come in and figure out how they're going to shift this back into their favor. Oh, woo, breathing. It's so good as we see The Bastion ult coming out, as well as the trans from either side. EMP comes out from Nukalama as Tatiana comes in looking to do some damage. Giannis comes out with the Primal, taking down Senor Lobo as the Amplification Matrix comes out from Brainiac. Doesn't end up doing much of anything as Giannis takes down Nukalama. 73% and climbing right now as Giannis takes down G-Suspend. Coalescence now coming out from Duck Stage Dave ends up taking down the 22 guy as Giannis falls to Azar. Stutter falls, falling. Azar as the Diva Bomb coming in from Dragon Blade shuts down Senor Lobo and Duck Stage Dave. 90% and climbing right now for the Eastern Division, looking to secure this up and making it a tie 1-1, which is going to take us to the Mecha base. Tag Visor coming out for the 22 guy as they move back into the objective. Azar ends up slamming Kiwi as Dragon Blade comes in, takes down G-Suspend. Senor Lobo following up on Brainiac as the 22 guy gets the slam on Tatiana, and G-Suspend ends up getting taken out of the fight. Triple tire from Stutter as Nukalama gets the boop kill onto Dragon Blade. The Primal Rage going to come out for the 22 guy as Stutter takes down Nukalama, and Kiwi follows up onto Senor Lobo. 100% to 82. Eastern Division not going to make this an easy win for Western Division. Oh geez. Oh, my what is that called? The thing that you breathe from as a singer, babe? My diaphragm is hurting right now. I feel like I have done a workout after that match. But we are not done just yet. We're moving back into objective number 3. Going to the Mecha base as they move their way in. Point unlocks in 17 seconds as the Blossom comes out from G-Suspend, ends up getting shut down by Dragon Blade's tires. Nukalama takes down both Dragon Blade and Stutter. It looks like Nukalama looking to stay. It looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of Widow battles, actually, which should be oh no, that was their ultimates, actually. So that's interesting. Blossom comes out for Giannis, but gets shut down quickly as Nukalama falls up onto Dragon Blade. The 22 guy gets the uppercut on Azar as Brainiac takes down Senor Lobo. Tatiana ends up getting the Blossom, but it's not going to be enough as Stutter gets the double kill on Nukalama and G-Suspend. And that's going to go ahead and, almost allow control of the point for Eastern as Attack Visor comes out for Tatiana, ends up getting shut down by the rockets from Stutter as Azar shuts down Dragon Blade. Between the Bob and the Minefield, we are going to see Western Division go ahead and take the objective as they start their percentage climb, 4% and climbing right now. So many Hammonds, not enough Hamtaros. Lazar ends up getting the kill onto Kiwi as Brainiac gets slammed by Senor Lobo. 18% and climbing as the Bastion ult comes out from Giannis. Dragon Strike coming out from Azar gets the kill as 22 guy ends up finding themselves off the edge. And, I think these kills we're seeing after the fact is when the ultimate wears off. Duck Sage Dave ends up getting the kill onto Stutter right there as they're pushing in. 38% and climbing right now. Iana saying this game mode sucks. I'm sorry, fam. This is what the fans decided. As Senor Lobo follows up with the chain onto Kiwi, the Dragon Strike comes in from Stutter, gets the double kill as Duck Sage Dave gets the Meteor Strike onto Giannis and the Bomb, and Tack Visor come out, end up getting the triple kill between the two onto Brainiac, 22 guy, and Stutter right there. Vega in the chat saying the whole All-Stars is basically Pachamari. Why? I'm not for certain on that. I did not do that. So we will see how that went going down to be exactly correct. 78% right now as the ultimates are flying all over the objective right now. We're going to see the Molten Core come out from Dragon Blade trying to hold on to the objective. Senor Lobo coming out with the Primal, takes down Kiwi as the 22 guy falls to G-Sussman. Also Dragon Blade as well as Giannis gets the punch onto Senor Lobo. And here comes the Blizzard now from Tatiana as the Coalescence comes down from Kiwi, trying to keep the team alive as much as possible. Giannis gets the double kill with the minefield as 22 guy takes down Duck Stage Dave, and Stutter follows up with Azar. Tatiana ends up getting the kill onto Stutter, but the res comes in from Dragon Blade as we now see a Dragon Blade coming out from Brainiac as Stutter comes out with the Primal. We're going to see the Transcendence coming out now. Forcing your Lobo trying to hold on to the objective, but it's already lost to the Eastern Division, 99% to 17, and climbing right now. And Giannis able to get that last kill with the elbow, if you will, onto both Senor Lobo, and Tatiana right there ends up getting hacked on the high ground, 34% and climbing as the Shatter comes out for the 22 guy. Tires coming out, Tatiana and Duck Stage Dave getting a quad between the two as Senor Lobo ends up taking down Brainiac. This may be exactly what they need as the Valkyrie Mercy Stutter ends up getting shut down. 50% and now 99 back in favor of as the bongos end up getting popped for Dragon Blade. Diva Bomb coming down as well for Kiwi, ends up taking down the Tsar. Tatiana gets followed up on by the 22 guy, somehow getting punched as Brainiac ends up getting the kill with the Coalescence on Nuke Llama. That's going to be a team kill, 99 to 50% as we go ahead and see it switch back to the Eastern Division. They're not willing to give it up just yet as we go ahead and see the bomb come out now for Kiwi, looking to get some damage in there as we see the Primal Rage for Tatiana. Kiwi ends up taking down G Sussman as Nuke Llama comes out with the Amplification Matrix. Molten Core coming out for Brainiac as they get the double with the minefield, make that triple kill. That's going to continue to lock down the objective in favor of the Eastern Division, 84% and climbing to the 99% for Western right now. And it looks like they're going to try to lock them out. 22 guys still on that Doomfist as the Meteor Strike comes out for Tatiana. Nuke Llama coming out with the rally, looking to do some damage as the Coalescence gets popped from Senor Lobo. Bongo's also coming down from G Sussman as they try to hold on to the objective. The barrage comes out but gets shut down by the passive from Kiwi as the res comes in from Stutter, brings Kiwi back into the fight as Duck Stage Dave gets the double kill, but it's not going to be enough as overtime ticks away, 99 to 99. West is not giving it up as we see now Western Division not giving it up just yet. Making it 2-1 now going into our second half. And it looks like we're talking a lot in the chat, which I would like to say isn't exactly what we're. Oh, an MVP card for Nuke Llama about the choosing when it came to tonight's match to the Diamond All Stars. Yes, it is in some aspects a popularity contest, so to speak. Obviously, people are going to vote for who they like the best, maybe more so over who they vote is like the best player, so to speak. But we did have issues with all the All-Stars games that many of the people that were initially selected were unable to attend. And so others that were available are filling in for them. That may mean that a team has more members in the All-Stars tonight than we may have expected. So we will have to see how that goes down. So this is all for fun anyway. We're glad to have you all with us. I hope no one is getting any sort of salty in the chat. I really don't want to see any of that because we're all here to have some fun. That's what the All-Stars is all about, to have so that the players can have some fun, so that the viewers can have some fun as well. And I'm having fun, even though I feel like I'm going to pass out and my diaphragm just did like 1 million sit-ups. So we're not going to take a break as much as as much as I would be okay with that. We're not going to take a break, but I do need you to set up the next poll for us there, Silent Marine. And I'm going to actually go to our Discord so we can look at what our next matches are going to be. I know you all are excited, and I think Captain Jack is going to sacrifice, since this will be the last match. I'm going to sacrifice my well-being because this was a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun to do, and as a caster, I feel that it takes a lot of stamina to keep up with this. So, I'm going to simplify the name of this because we made it a long one. So first choice is going to be speed match, which is going to be maxed out movement speed, which if you didn't know is 300%. And people move very fast. So maxed movement speed against, let me look at our choices for the, oh, I definitely think this one's going to get picked on top of that, though. We're going to call it Spilling the Tea. And the way this game mode works, it's a team deathmatch 6v6, where the teams all play Ana, and they have to sleep dart and then teabag someone. So are we doing speedy match or spilling the tea? Go ahead and pop that up whenever you got it ready there, Silent Marine, for the folks to choose. So go ahead and pop that up so that they can start voting on that. Are we doing speed match or spilling the tea? Go ahead and start voting in the match right now. And Blue Moose in the chat saying, "Yee, I love you all, and it's a blast to do this." I really do appreciate all y'all's input. J Dash saying to suggest different ways we can do this next time. And we're always looking for ways to improve. We have a suggestions channel right now. We're currently in development of an actual form that will be distributed more than likely through the team captains to their teams that people can fill out to kind of give us some feedback on season 2. We know it wasn't the best that it could have been. I don't want to be a downer, but we know as a staff that it was not the best that it could have been, and we want to make it better. The Rose League deserves so much more, especially when you all made our organization grow threefold from season 1 to season 2. We want to show you the respect that you all deserve as our community. So don't you worry. We're going to make up for the losses that may have come this season going into season 3. We can promise you that to the best of our abilities. So go ahead and start voting. I think I want to see myself pass out, so I'm voting for speed match, but I was pretty sure that wasn't the one that was going to go down anyway. I see spilling the tea is bringing it up. I mean, we can do a map 5 if the teams are up for it after this match. I'll go ahead and let them know if they're up for a map 5. But for now, go ahead and start popping off in the chat who you all want to give your player of the match to. I know it's been pretty crazy this evening, but we'll still be doing player of the matches after this is all done, because who's like the greatest all-star, so to speak, should be interesting to see. Time's up. We're doing spilling the tea. All right. And it looks like we were headed to Elios for our next map, which is good because that's what the map that it ended up spawning us anyway. So, sorry about that, folks. Was just typing to make sure that the teams knew exactly what they were doing. So, and as Jay in the chat said, we've changed it to an anonymous feedback form as well, so that there will be an option for you to add your Discord tag or whichever way that you'd like to contact us. So if you'd like to help us out with solving whatever issue it is that you had, we're more than welcome to contact you and work with you on that. But if you just want to be like, hey, this is my feedback, I don't want to let you know who I am, I get that too, and that's exactly why we are coming up with that 4 cream in the chat saying Tatiana Pogyu. And if you can, there, Silent Marine, let Jay know that she has to expand the spectators again. It seems to be due to the workshop setup. It just automatically switches spectators to 2 only. So Capo Eden in the chat saying they want to give MVP to Dragon, even though he's a feeder. And HTV giving it to Gorgon, aka Dragonblade as well. So not 2CP. They're trying to vote on what map they're going to end up doing for this map. And I'm gonna let them know if they want to do a 5th. We will decide on that after this match. So where are we gonna end up going? I would love to see. Could we tie it up? I mean, that could end up being what we see here because Western was able to take it away there at the end. So if they tie it up, we do have to do a map 5. It's not even going to be a choice at that point. So would be really interesting to see. It would be interesting to see. So they're trying to figure out whether or not arcade maps are currently available as well. I think so. J-Dash doing an incredible job was testing with me earlier today. And we tested things out for a couple of different modes, some that we might do tonight, some that we might not do. Stutter just realizing that it's Eastern's turn to pick for the map. Lols. So they're going to go ahead and pick the map right now. The Blue Moose in the chat saying for Eastern should be Gargan, for Western should be Lobo. So giving some love either way. I'm assuming, Chateau. We're going to Chateau Guillard. Now remember, this is all Annas, so everybody's an Anna. I'm not for certain what the score is set to. I think it's set to 50, maybe. So this may be a long match, but it's going to be a lot of fun because you can get the sleep. So I think we time this out. So it's a sleep dart. Sleep dart works for 3 seconds. And then after that, like people will be able to get back up. So it's not like the really long sleep dart that we're used to seeing. So when you're watching that, just watch it out. They're going to have to get the sleep dart, and then they're going to have to get that teabag real quick. Now, the one thing I don't know, because we didn't have enough people to test this out, is can someone on your team get a sleep dart on someone on the enemy team, and then another person go in teabag and get the kill? That we don't know. That could be a strategy for this. Oh, sorry. We're ready. Sorry, I'm trying to spend most of my time talking here. I'm not worried about whether y'all ready. We're ready to go. All right. So Chateau Guillard. This is going to be a first. I have never casted a match on Chateau Guillard. So, and Jay is just excited that I get. She's saying I get my tea bags. I just get my tea bags. So I am really interested to see how this is going to go on, and this is going to be going all over the place. So I am not even for certain who to focus on. Here, the sleep darts going all over. We got one sleep, and as they try to teabag their own teammate, that's messed up, fam. Oh, there's the first. Oh, Duck Sage Dave with the quad kill. They all get the sleep dart and Duck Sage Dave poggers. Apparently, see, this is the problem with workshop modes, is that sometimes it doesn't always work out as expected. It's currently 10-4. Duck Sage Dave getting the quad, but not everybody was asleep in that. So I'm Brainiac saying this is horrible. But Western getting an early lead right there as Dragonblade gets the kill on Tatiana. I'm loving the gold. Anna's Nukalama ends up getting. Maybe it doesn't take getting slept. Maybe the sleep is to make it easier. Oh, it's only to 30 kills. 16-6 right now as Dragon Blade finds himself off the edge. That's going to make it 16-5 now as Giannis able to take down Ducksage Dave. Azar following up on Giannis. G. Sussman getting the kill onto Kiwi as Nukalama getting the double kill on Stutter and Brainiac right there. Vega in the chat saying it might have been better to do either an all meme mode mix or none at all, not a mixture of them. Well, that's kind of how we've been doing it for all the All-Stars. We only ended up doing one for each of them, but I agree. Maybe we should do all meme modes next time around. We just wanted to kind of keep it even keel so no one felt that it was unfair. And by what I'm seeing right now with those double kills and stuff, I don't think you actually have to sleep people to kill them. I think you just got to teabag near them. So it might be enough. Dragon Blade ends up getting the kill onto Azar, 27-12, and that's the triple kill to end that out. Western gonna take away the 4th match. As Azar's saying in the chat, get rolled. Reverse sweep coming out. Ducksage Dave as play of the game with Ana. I want to see this. Just teabagging away. Like, I'm coming out with the teabag. There's a sleep. Yep. They just had to be close enough to teabag. They just had to be close enough to teabag. So it didn't even have. That was fun. That was so much fun. So we're going to a game 5, which we're gonna make another fun match, which is going to be one of the 2 matches that we have already given you. So, Silent, if you want to go ahead and set up the lobby, set up the poll once again, it's going to be between Gun Jam and Speed Match. Now, let me remind you, Gun Jam is that primary fire is locked, so they will have to use secondaries, alternate fires, abilities to be able to get kills. Was a lot of fun during our Masters Division match. Or we will go speed match, or as we called it, super mega awesome fun time match, because it is maximum movement speed when it comes. We are ready, so go ahead, pop that up in as soon as we see the stream. Go ahead and move back to the after the play of the game. If you want to go ahead and move it back to the scoreboard, or this is on a delay. I am so dumb, but I get to see the quad kill again. I could not believe that. Like, I did not expect it. I thought that it was a coordinated quad sleep, and there we go. So it is a choice between Gun Jam and Speed Match. So do you want to see Captain Jack pass out from not being able to talk, as I am already pretty close? Or do you want to see all your favorite teams or all your favorite players not be able to do that? Nukalama saying not Speed Boys, thank you much. Which, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure people are going to vote for Speed, but right now Gun Jam's in the lead. Speed Match currently at 33.33%, Gun Jam at 70%. It looks like that's how they're going to go. Nukalama doesn't want to go for the speedy. But it's so much fun. It's just so much fun, guys. So go ahead, tap right there in the chat. We got a minute left on that. Go ahead and start giving us some more players of the match. I'm going to hold on to mine till the end, but I don't really have a whole lot to talk about since this has kind of been a fun match this evening. I love that our scoreboard actually works functionally, though. That's something I'm very impressed by right there, that it was actually able to register more than 5. But I'm pretty impressed by that. As I said, we are 2-2 right now, Eastern to Western Division. If you like watching what we're doing tonight, we're planning on doing more of these, more so than just the all-star matches. So it's going to be kind of a more often thing, hopefully moving into season 3. And I'm guessing that's J-Dash coming into the chat asking me how to set up Gun Jam. Is that correct?
Well, actually, I was going to ask if you could just do it.
If I could just do it? Yeah, I could just do it.
Yep, I gave you owner.
Okie dokie, I will just do it, because it looks like that's what it's going to end up being. 2-1. It's actually incredibly simple. All you have to do, you go, do we have a map for this? So map from Eastern. Yeah, it's going to be a standard game mode, but it's no primaries. So presets, Just gonna do. I guess we'll put competitive on. I'm gonna go back to heroes, and you go into general, and there's literally a setting that says primary fire, and you just disable it. And that's it. That's literally that mode. And it was so much fun because you got to see a lot of heroes that you don't normally get to see being played in really weird maps. It looks like Giannis is picking Oasis because that was just the randomly generated one when I reset the stream. So everything is good to go. So let's go ahead and start things off on map number 5. Who's going to take it away? I believe. Who's it going to be? East or West? West or East? I'm just so exhausted at this point. It doesn't even matter right now. So, we're going into Oasis Gardens for our first match. Now, note, when you're thinking about heroes, we're not going to be seeing probably your commons that you'd be seeing. You're not going to see your Pharah. You're not going to see your Widows. Because what can they do other than their primary fire? I'm just being honest. Like, you got Boops from Pharah, and you got, you could take pictures. You could be a photographer as Widow. Oh, please, just stand right there. Oh, give me the beauty shot. Oh, God. Oh, goodness, that's beautiful. Oh, like, turn that hip. Oh, get that ultimate in there. Oh, that's so beautiful. Now, that's the one thing that does work, though. So, I guess if they want to build up a barrage, if it's really that important to them, which apparently the 22 guy, it's really important to them to build up that sights with the Widow. They're going to swap over to Hanzo, actually. You could do that, essentially, because that does not stop. You can still trigger, if your primary fire is linked to your ultimate, like McCree's Deadeye, you can do that, which we are seeing a lot of that coming out right here. We got double hogs. We got Nuke Llama coming out on the May with Duck Stage Dave coming out on the McCree. So that's all Fan the Hammer all the time, folks. Nuke Llama taking down Kiwi as Giannis follows up on Duck Stage Dave. Azar able to get the punch onto Stutter as the 22 guy ends up getting G Sussman, and Giannis follows up Azar. Now this is the ultimate test of skill, in my opinion, because without your primary fire to really rely upon, you really got to figure, how do I use a hero with their ultimate fire and still be successful? And right now we're seeing that coming out from the Eastern Division as they go ahead and grab the objective. 2% and climbing right now as the 22 guy ends up getting the headshot onto Senor Lobo. That's going to be 9% and climbing right now. Blue Moose, I hope you're not missing the action. They said in the chat there, I'm gonna grab a food, don't pop off without me. Here comes the blizzard already from the 22 guy as Giannis ends up taking down G Sussman. Duck Stage Dave ends up getting taken down by the 22 guy. The turret currently on the objective for Brainiac, looking to secure anything that comes in. The Stutter sending out those turrets again, those alternate fires. Thinking about really what works out is Brainiac gets that alternate fire. The hook comes in, almost takes down Nuke Llama, but that icicle came up very quickly. 40% and climbing right now for the side of the Eastern Division. As we see them move back into the objective, we're going to see now 50% for the Eastern Div as Nuke Llama coming out with the Blizzard themselves. 22 guy takes down Duck Stage Dave as Nuke Llama follows up on Kiwi. Here comes the Molten Core as Nuke Llama gets the double kill onto Dragon Blade as well. 62% and climbing and Brainiac's turning the tides. That turret and that secondary fire gets the double as Senor Lobo ends up getting a double with that charged fire secondary. Brainiac follows up on Azar as the wall comes up for Duck Stage Dave. 81% and climbing right now as we see the Fan the Hammers looking to try to do some damage against the 22 guy. Gonna end up being unsuccessful as Dragon Blade looking to go in and get that hook. Here comes the overdrive, or the, what is that, overheat? Something like that for Torbjorn. I haven't played Torm enough since the rework to know what his moves are, or I'm just ready to pass out at this point by all the amazingness that we have done this evening. The Immortality Field keeps everybody up, and East is gonna lay West out flat, 100 to 0%. As we move into map number 2, we are ready for battle once again. We're headed to, what is this? University, I believe? We need to do Oasis more often. I feel like there were so many because we were doing kind of like a 2-map pick. Like, we missed out on so many good maps that I normally love seeing. I hope we choose some of these forgotten maps for next season. I would be very excited about that. But it looks like we are here at University going into the objective. It looks like we've seen some people swap over. Stutter figuring out that as Moira, you don't have to heal because my primary fire is to heal. So you can go DPS Moira and be all out right there. Silent Marine saying, I like these creative modes. It really forces you to think. I agree. Like I said, I feel like this really gives the best of the best. As the one thing that I did not know, and I'm going to watch Ducksage Dave as they come back in, since their primary fire is, no, I think it's, okay, I can already see that on Nukalama. I've answered my own question. Since Brigette's and Reinhardt's primary fire are essentially their flail, their melee, like, they don't get shut down by that. They don't get affected by this mode. So the fact that we're now seeing Ducksage Dave coming out on the Rhine, very smart pick on their part. Nukalama gonna end up popping the rally as we see Kiwi come out with the amplification matrix looking to do some damage. Ends up getting booped up in the air by Senor Lobo playing that Reddit Lucio right now. Western Div sending Eastern off as Brainiac came in with the Molten Core. Now a Merry Molten Core coming out from Tatiana, 30% and climbing right now for the Western Division. Here comes the Shatter onto Dragon Blade as Senor Lobo gets the boop kill there at the end. Tatiana using the turret to take down Kiwi, 41% and climbing right now for the Western Division, looking to tie things up as G. Sussman ends up taking down the 22 guy near the 50% mark. This is absolutely huge between these two teams. Brainiac coming in with that shotgun ablazing as Nukalama comes in with the flail onto Dragon Blade. The beat drop ends up coming in from Senor Lobo as they push into the spawn area. Here comes the Blizzard. Watch out for the Wizard as the 22 guy ends up getting taken down by Senor Lobo, and the turret from Tatiana takes down Iannis. We're already seeing an ultimate Ore coming online again for Nukalama, bringing up that rally to keep the team healed and armored up as Azar gets the punch onto Dragon Blade. That's another hero that people didn't think about, as that Doomfist, able to use pretty much all their abilities except for the gun portion, which, I mean, honestly isn't that big of a thing if you're a Doomfist player. All your big moves, and a complete shutout in the opposite direction, 100-0 for the Western Division. So we're going to the final match of the 5th round, folks. This is the best of the best of the best of the best, sir, or ma'am, or however you identify. We are going into the very final match here on Oasis. Map number 3. We're going to City Center. Thank you. See, again, when I'm not on these maps, I always forget. A Brainiac saying Brig still works as normal, so it's poop. Aw, come on. It's all right. All right. Tatiana pulling up the Torb 1v1. Tatiana versus Brainiac. They're fighting for it. They're saying be there or be square. Here it comes. the turret coming down, though, for Brainiac, so I don't know how well they're doing that as Ducksage Dave gets the tackle on Brainiac. It looks like the rest of the team for Western Division isn't following the taunt of Tatiana. As we see the stun comes in, as that ends up bringing it down, Tatiana gets the kill onto Kiwi as G. Sussman and Azar follow up on Stutter and Ianus right there. We're going to see the capture coming in for the Western Division as they start getting the percentage climb, 6% and climbing right now. I have to agree, HTV. We'd have to figure out another way. We'd have to figure out a specific way because you don't want to prevent other characters from meleeing, so we'd have to go in and specifically make it so that Ryan and Brig and Doomfist couldn't melee as their primary. But honestly, even though Doomfist's melee doesn't get shut down, you still, they aren't able to use their gun, I believe. So that, I don't know. So, looking in the chat right now, it seems like Azar is trying to figure out why they're not doing that, Torb 1v1, because the rest of their team isn't listening, nor is the Eastern team, so it really doesn't matter. But Vega says, hence why it's called Gun Jam. That makes sense, right? So here comes the wall out from Stutter as they try to reclaim the objective in their favor. Nuklama gonna end up taking down Kiwi as the 22 guy, able to get the punch kill onto Azar. That may be beneficial as they come in, end up getting the punch as Tatiana ends up taking down Brainiac in the back line. Here comes the tackle in from and the shatter, goodness gracious, ends up coming in right there. Sorry, got a little tongue twisted right there for Ducksage Dave's name as Shutter ends up finding themselves probably run over by a car, I believe, or fell in an interesting Dr. Evilson in the chat saying Ryan's hammer is an interesting gun. Interesting gun, that Ryan hammer. 92% and climbing. This is the last chance for Eastern to take it away as we see the Merry Molten Core coming out for Tatiana. The 22 guy takes down Tatiana's turret. Overtime ticking away right now as the trans comes out for Kiwi, trying to hold on to the objective with Stutter. Here comes the tackle from Ducksage Dave, looking to do some damage, but will be unsuccessful. Kiwi able to take down Tatiana, but Senor Lobo gets the punch onto Kiwi. Stutter following up on G. Sussman with the slam. Here comes the tackle from Ducksage Dave, ends up missing as Nuklama gets the flail onto Dragon Blade. Brainiac following up on Ducksage Dave. Overtime still ticking away. It may be successful as the Molten Core comes out from Brainiac. Azar taking them out of the fight early, though. It is a 2v3 fight as Nuklama follows up on the 22 guy. The punch come in from Azar, but ends up getting stunned out in equal to Dragon Blade right there. As we see right now, Stutter just trying to hold on to the objective as long as possible. Kiwi and Iannis end up getting stunned out. The only one left is Stutter trying to hold on to the objective, as well as Dragon Blade, but ends up getting shut down by Nuklama. And West, in a huge upset, comes back in all the crazy games. And you know what? I'm gonna be nice if they want to do that. So I'm gonna toss this out there. I want to see people blowing up the chat. If you want to see a Torb 1v1 from Western and Eastern to see who really is the best. It looks like Kiwi's good. Oh, it looks like most of the players have already left. Oh, that's too bad. All right. Well, Western Division, congratulations on your win here at the Diamond All-Stars this evening. Go ahead, blow up the chat with who y'all want to be your player of the match this evening. I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna give my love to Ducksage Dave. not only did Duck Save Dave do an incredible job throughout all of the different modes that we played, but also damn good tank. I gotta say, pardon my French. I think I get one every 10 minutes, and I don't normally cuss to begin with. But I mean, a dang good tank for Duck Sage Dave. Might have been having some issues with the defense or whatnot. Ended up getting picked off very early in the fight, most of the time. But I mean, any team in Diamond Division should know that you pick off that main tank to start things off. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily so much Dave's fault. So, Dave, you're walking away with my player of the match this evening. Caden and Blue Moose saying yes for the Torb 1v1. Unfortunately, they all walked away before we got back to the lobby. So not going to be able to set that up. Go ahead, pop out that player of the match, though. See who's going to take that away for the fans in the chat this evening. I'm waiting to see. How about you there? I'll convey it for you there, Silent Marine, since Mike's not hooked up for this. Who's your player of the match this evening? Oh, come on. Give us something. Give us something. Okay. Silent Marine's focused on production duties, which we appreciate. Thank you so much for doing all your amazing work this evening. I know we asked you to do a lot of things last minute, and also was able to do the little names on top of the pictures right there. Like, did that all themselves. So thank you so much, Silent Marine, for hooking that up. It looks like we've pretty much had everyone clear out because I know that the stream is caught up at this point. So that's going to be us here at the Rose League. We hope you enjoyed your time with us this evening. It was really a lot of fun, even though I feel like I'm going to pass out from absolute exhaustion from how much absolute epic fun it was and how much talking I did this evening. But let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for next week. It looks like right now, or actually, I can't even say next week because we got a match tomorrow night. Dr. Heathen going to bringing you the action. Pachamari Ninjas versus Enigma, first seed, I believe, versus fourth seed in Diamond Division Conference 1. Going to be going up at it tomorrow evening. Now, normally we don't do a Sunday match, but it was the only night that really worked for these two teams. And if I remember correctly, Pachamari Ninjas is currently undefeated. So, and they're like the granddaddy team of Rose League. So Enigma, I'm always for the underdog. I'm sorry, Pachamari Ninjas. Sorry, Andrew. Like, I'm always for the underdog. So I'm going to be in there cheering for Enigma, and I want to see some underdog action. But catch that here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you loved what you saw here at the Rose League, go ahead, hit that follow at the top of your screen or hit that subscription button, $4.99. We'll continue to support our community month through month, as well as just be able to allow us to do a lot of incredible stuff moving forward into the end of season 2 and into season 3 this fall. With that being said, that's it for us here at the Rose League. I'm Captain Jack, producer, Silent Marine. That's it for us here. Have a good night.